Hi guys, welcome back to Stories from the Garden of Rose. I know it's been, I don't know how many days. There's always something coming up. Family visiting, my daughter's birthday. She just turned 2. Shout out to her. 6 out of 7. Yeah. Ooh, it's a lot. So I gotta hurry up and try to do this video while the baby sleep. Normally I like to try to keep my head covered, but I couldn't find. So the green one was too off because it's brighter. And I think if I was to even find, I don't know, it's just off. They both like off, but that's okay, right? One day, maybe. I'll have enough reps. Anyway, jumping right into it. And let's go. We're going to go like from the birthday on back. And we're going to get that father out the way, right? So by the time I do that, that'll be 3 fathers out of 5. And I'll probably get one more of them out the way only because we don't have no beef or anything, but it's not that long of a story, right? So, but also, because it's crazy, right? Of course, everybody's watching me. And when I say everybody, I'm not talking about like, duh, you putting the videos out. Of course, people are going to watch your videos. I'm talking about people you would think, you know, no, not people who I think, let me correct that. People who walk around and run around like I am not concerned with her or anything she does or whatever. You're watching, you've been watching, and now you're mad because of all you're watching. You was fine when things were quiet, and now you're like, she's talking. Well, watch the videos. Start from the first one. Number 1, understand that this is not about you. You're going to come up because I can't obviously tell my life stories without you being a part of it. Unfortunately, that doesn't mean that what I'm doing is about you. You got to stop making things about you. It's not about you. It's not anybody. It's not about anyone specifically other than me. What I find to be healing for me, therapeutic for me, and my children, for them to know the truth, for them to know their mom, for them to know my background and also what I'm going to be doing. And like, I don't understand, but people are so bothered because it sounds crazy, like you hearing it, right? You didn't want those things to get out. You don't want people to know certain things about you, and that's fine. And again, only you know who you are, all of you, because it's not just one person. It's not just one person. All of you know who you are. If you want to expose yourself, you do that. I said that. You do that. Those that know who I'm talking about, good for you. Those who want to expose yourself, whoop-de-doo. You do that. But just be careful, okay? When you're thinking that you're going to be jumping through hoops, doing the lawsuit scam thing like, you know, you're always doing to make livings and stuff like that. Be careful, because I'm sure there's a bigger company that would love to have a piece of you. And I just might be the missing link, okay? So, like, let's chill out, okay? Leave me alone. Let me tell my stories. Let me heal. Let me get it out of my system, you know? You be all right. Block me. Hello? Stop following me. Stop watching. Stop looking from other people's pages. Stop having the side conversations and all of that. Stop doing that. Stop trying to put people in your good graces and whatever. Just stop. Don't worry about me. Don't worry about me. Block me off. Act like I don't exist. And that's great, because what I'm doing is for me. For my children, and it's working. And if the message or what I've been through or some things that I have done, if it happens to help somebody else, that's who it's for. If it's not for you, stop watching. I know that's easy to do now. Stop watching, okay? Relax. You're a part of my story. You're not my story. You're not my life. Over, done with. That's why you got left, right? Right? Am I right or am I wrong? It's like kind of confusing. I'm kind of confused. I don't ever remember chasing nobody. I've always remember leaving people. Always. Each and every last one. I've chose to exit. So it's really confusing, okay? So again, it's not about you. Everything's not about you. Yes, you will be a part of some stories because, duh, you were in it. You're a part of it. It's okay. But it's not about you, okay? Now, that I got that out the way. Yeah, because what I'm not going to do is shut up. You know, I'm not going to do that. No, this is why people have autobiographies. They have biographies. They have movies. They have all kinds of books and stuff, right, that tells of their life. I don't understand. You know, people go on social media. They put their whole life stories. It's all kinds of stuff. Like, leave me alone. Thank you. I'm not shutting up. Just know that, okay? And it could be a lot worse. I'm just trying to give, like, just enough so, you know, especially when it comes to, like, the ex-husband, because it's like they really need to understand why I'm not doing certain things. I know who I'm dealing with. They need to understand that. Like I'm kind of confused, you know. So yeah, that's that. So now let's jump into this into my daughter's birthday, right? Let's start from there because the party was cool. Party wasn't bad. It was just one minor thing, you know, and oh, I'm gonna get into that. It's all right. So it's my daughter's birthday, and her dad, he comes to the house or whatever, because he's like, you know, I want to be there in the morning to say happy birthday to her and bring her a gift or whatever. Cool, no problem. So he does that. Sorry, my hair dripping because I wet it. So he does that or whatever, right? And I have my way of thinking only because, I don't know, I haven't been wrong yet. I think that's why. Like when I piece some things together, and then when it has to like run back or something happens or whatever, it ends up coming out or whatever the case may be. Plus I know how people move. Like they done showed it already so many times or whatever the case may be. So for me, it seemed like it was already planned, right? For him to come here, and then once he got here, for his ex-girlfriend, if she's even still an ex-girlfriend, I don't know what her status is, right? So for his ex-girlfriend to call and then say, you know, happy birthday or whatever, and then he's like, you tell her yourself. I mean, all of this has happened in front of me, and I'm gonna get to the background on why this is a problem. But you know, he's like, tell her happy birthday yourself or whatever. He puts my daughter on the phone. My daughter's sitting under the dryer, drying her hair. I'm trying to get her ready for her party. And he really lets this girl talk to my child in my house. Like, so I'm watching it play out because he never says who the person is, nothing or whatever. But my intuition is screaming, right? Wait till they get off the phone. I'm like, so you don't see that as disrespectful? Like, I already asked you to keep my daughter away from her. You already broke that. And I caught you. I caught that. So you say you didn't think we was gonna show up at the same time. Okay. You gonna really have her speak to my daughter in my face, in my house? Like, are you, what you on? Like, what are you on? Like, why is people able to use you? Like, you're a clown at this point. Why are they able to use you to disrespect me? And you allow it. You allow it, my guy. Okay? And you think it's okay. And I'm supposed to be okay. And I'm still supposed to be like the cool baby mama and the this and the that. You know, whatever. Yeah, no. We can't do that because you still don't get it. You don't want to get it at this point. You don't want to get it. I think you like this. And it's weird because why? You know? So I told him, and I realized he didn't really care. You know, no matter how I broke down, which, like, you don't see all the things that I have been through because of you and this girl. It doesn't take him out of it, right? It doesn't take him out of it. And it doesn't take me out of it neither, as far as like choices that I have made. This is definitely not a like a blame game situation, because truth be told, when I first started seeing like, okay, so this is not what you made it seem like it was. And because it's not what you made it seem like it was, and I kind of see what's going on here, yeah, let me exit. Because I'm the oldest, first of all, out this whole situation. And yeah, this ain't, yeah, I don't really play these kind of games. You know, I should have been exited. I should have not fell into the, or just was looking at it like, you know, he's convenient. He's very convenient. Like, he got his own place. I could slide over there when I want, leave from over there, come to my house, you know, deal with my kids and stuff like that or whatever. Like, I should have never, please let that be a lesson. Do not deal with anybody for convenience. Do not. Don't. You don't know what's going to come out of that. Yeah, and for me, it's crazy. So, he, like I said, you know, he don't see nothing wrong with it at the end of the day. And then he wants to tell me what he didn't know and all of this stuff or whatever. So, okay, so that was that. We get to the party, and all of a sudden, I noticed that the ex-girlfriend's daughter was there. Now, I have nothing against kids, but the same way I know what's going on between you and I, and her kid is older, like 13, 14, something like that, or whatever, right? And it's like, first of all, y'all talk around her and stuff like that or whatever, right? She's already been exposed to a lot of stuff. And I try to like overlook some things, like when it comes to kids, until they show me they know what it is. And so when I'm sitting there like, you know, well, everybody could just eat. Like, are you hungry? And the way she was like, I'm not hungry, and rolled her eyes. I'm like, ooh, attitude. Like, why she here then? Because I'm going to be here. I'm supposed to be here. So why she here? To watch? To do what? Like, okay, let me stay clear of this girl, because it's still a little girl at the end of the day, right? Let me stay clear of this little girl. But it's like, what kind of game are y'all playing? Why do y'all play these games so bad? Why? Like, what are y'all really looking for? What are you looking for? How bad you think you're looking for it? Boom. Story time. Let's rewind all the way back. So, like I said, dealing with the dude or whatever, because it's convenient. Convenience turned into a pregnancy. Pregnancy during the time I was really about to cut him off, because I thought I found somebody that I was going to be in a relationship with. I'm like, oh, this is about to be my boyfriend. See, him I knew wasn't going to be my boyfriend. Like, I was fine with that. Like, ain't no way. Like, no way. Right? So, met somebody. I thought, you know, well, this one, yeah. I could deal with this one. But found out I was pregnant. Right? So, now I'm like, what you want to do? So his first thing is like, I want my baby, I don't want you. A-okay with me. Just got to know what you mean when you say those things, okay? Because people think they be knowing when they say what they saying, but I don't think they fully understand it. So you can have your baby. I'm going to move on. Because little do you know, you're asking for the baby. This person does not mind me still carrying your baby and me being his girlfriend. Okay? So, cool. Anyway, he's mad about the whole thing. I was talking to the boy or whatever on the phone one day, and I had him driving me somewhere. It was something I was craving, but I couldn't do like long drives. It was like really hurting me or whatever. So, he was taking me, and but I'm on the phone, right? I mean, that's my boyfriend. Like, I don't tell you who to be on the phone with, see? And it's always one-sided. Like, I could talk to whoever I want to talk to, and I could do what I want to do, but when you do it, it's a problem. Boy get mad. Calls his mother. The baby shower off. All this stuff off. Stuff I didn't even know. I guess it was supposed to be a secret. But that was on you. Because who said? Right? So we ain't even gonna go there. But yeah, so he's like, all this stuff is off and they could raise the baby by themselves. So now you think me and this person is supposed to raise your child? Like, boy, you sound crazy. Like, I really can get rid of your child however I see fit. Whether so it wasn't gonna be a chop shot, but I was telling him these things just, like understand it. But the last thing I would do is raise your kid with somebody else. Like, what's wrong with you, right? So I said him and I could have our own kid. I could get rid of your kid, like even if that meant adoption, because do know I was going through it. Like I was ready to give her up, and she's definitely gonna know that story. But I was there. I was ready. Like, yeah, I don't want no parts. She could come out and go somewhere else. That's just the type of time I was on. And so we went through that, right? And I don't know. I craved him. That's what it was. I craved him through the whole pregnancy. I was sick. I was sick terribly with her. But I craved him so bad that I was like, it was bad. It was so bad because the things I was doing, the way I was after him, the way I wanted to be under him, the way, oh my God. And so I'm fighting on the inside because I know, like, it's this baby that's doing this, but you feeling like you somebody because you think it's me. Boy, I can't wait to have this baby so you could see it's not me. I cannot wait. Because you doing too much. You taking advantage. You're doing too much. And I'm talking about, so this is coming up with, like, the ex-girlfriend, right? So she's already in the picture at this point. Because she was even in the picture before I got pregnant, I believe. But she really spiked up, like, while I was already pregnant. And so, what happened? So I guess he started, so they tried to do the we're each other exes, but we're best friends kind of thing. I'm not sure why people do that. I'm sure it probably works for some, not most, though, especially when y'all still sleeping together. I just, yeah, I don't know, right? And so they try to do that or whatever. So what he's doing is he's telling her about me. So what it seemed like is, I'm pretty sure he's dealt with other women before me, after her, right? Never heard of a story of her going crazy like how she was when I came into the picture. And so she went full blown crazy, like super crazy, like to the point where she had to know who I was. And that was weird for me. I just felt like he was telling her a little bit too much about me. He definitely was way too happy. When they split, she took all of the furniture or whatever, which is fine. I'm not saying anything about it. What I'm saying is, saying that to say this, I furnished that living room. Yes, I did. And I never been so happy once the dog started pissing on it. I was really happy. Oh yeah, go ahead, dog. Piss on it. But yeah, furnished that. Got some stuff for the kitchen. Got some bathroom stuff or whatever. Whatever. Bedroom stuff, whatever. Oh yeah. Yeah. And I don't take it back. That's just something about my heart. If I come in a situation or whatever and I see a need and I could do it, I'll do it. Right? And so that's just what that was about. Boom. So where I want to say she wasn't really talking to him as much, and the only reason why I can say that is because I was talking to him, right? This seems to happen with about all of them in some way, shape, form, or fashion, okay? Once I become the person in the picture, the ex comes in and then tries to, like, take up the majority of the time again. So I'm like, I'm talking to you less. All this stuff is happening less. What's going on? you know. Oh, or she's like, oh, come visit me. So now he's jumping through hoops to go and visit her or whatever. When he gets with her, he's not answering nobody's phone calls, not mine, not his mom, it's whoever, right? And he's like yelling this stuff. It sounding stupid, but okay, right? He brought up to this girl one time. He was like, he's always been telling her he wanna have a threesome or whatever. And she never was for it. Whatever her reasons was. I don't know. She just never was for it. So then I think he told her, he like, well, me and her, we're gonna do it or whatever. Now she wanna call shots or whatever. She wanna say she wanna do it and this and that. I was already mad, right? At how it always seems like them two get together and plan something and just think that they throwing me in it, you know? And that's what happened. I was in a bed and she walked in the house. That means you knew she was coming because she didn't even use her key. That came up in conversation. We ain't gonna go through all of that. But, you know, she just walked in or whatever, sat down and really thought she was talking to me. And I'm really trying to put him up on game because, boy, I'm really not even trying to be with you, right? Like, so why you let this girl control you so much? I've been telling him that from day one. Like, this girl got some kind of hold on you. It's really not healthy and it's crazy. Like, it's crazy. I don't understand. I wasn't even the only person to even see that, you know? So I'm like, you should make her wait. I said, so now she wanna do it? You should make her wait. You should make her wait. No, he typical nigga. Hype. No, gotta get on it now. Gotta get on it now. She wanna do it. Let's do it. She wanna do it. Let's do it. Now, me being me, I was mad, right? And I'm like, this could have went a bunch of ways. Now, the only reason why it didn't get like a hostile situation because I was pregnant, right? She didn't know that. But I'm like, I have to keep like all these thoughts like in my head because part of me is kind of like, who you think you are? You know? But now I'm like, I'm about to show y'all who I am because I'm my daddy's son. Definitely my daddy's son. Oh, in this part of my life, definitely my daddy's son. Like, I'm going to show you like how I even got this name, why I got this name and what's about to happen. Because you bugging and you think you want to go this route, but I'm telling you, you don't. You about to open up a door that's going to be crazy for you. What lie did I tell? None. So she might have called a shot on, I want to do it now, today, tonight. But of course I had to plan it all out. Of course I had to set the tone. Of course I had to, you know, and we ain't going into too much details, but it was what it was. And I don't know why she did it because she couldn't hang. She couldn't hang. She could not hang. At all. Yo, I gotta stop right there. But all she did was open up this even bigger box for her to be jealous. She was mad that even after she left, it just kept going. It was like, it was going till the next day. It was going and never stopped. And so she calling him the next day. She calling him to be like, to talk about it. And I thought that was weird, right? Because I'm like, why are we talking about it? But I guess that makes me, I don't know if that's because I was older. I don't know if that's because, and it was my first time ever doing that. It's just that I still feel like more experienced than them. I don't know. I think I have like Like, I don't know if it was because I had more wisdom. I don't know. But it was like, this is not something to talk about. It really wasn't, right? But she wanted to talk to him about it. And so she's asking him questions like, where did you finish? And because she didn't remember where he finished. We thought he finished that. I'm already pregnant. What are you talking about? Oh my God. I'm like, poor little baby. Her feelings, her feelings is gonna be hurt for real. Like, and she wanted to know that I leave. He like, oh, like she's still here. Like we kept going. We still was going. We just finished type thing. Pass. So she makes another move. She's making moves now where she's talking to me, but she's talking to him. He's talking to me, but he's talking to her. You know, a lot of in-betweens. But she's trying to tell me, like, you know, he can't keep a job. He's always in between jobs. He'll get a job. He'll quit a job. He won't tell you. You know, he got all of these bad habits. I have to tell him, you know, when to take a shower, when to brush his teeth. Then I think she was like throwing him under the bus for some things I do. I think that she was trying to like turn me away from him or whatever. And it was crazy. So I was just hanging on to it, like letting her just say whatever she wanted to say. And then she even took it as far as like, I want you by myself, like without him or whatever. And I was like, okay. So, and I did, right? I let her, right? And no, like it just was bad because she wasn't happy still. Like, I don't know what was the, her overall goal, I guess, him and I, we're not supposed to like have nothing. We just not or whatever. And so she has to keep finding a way. So now she's still talking to him and feeding him details, and it got annoying. I was like, can y'all stop? Like, why don't y'all know by now that I know that y'all keep talking and swapping information and whatever, and it's really annoying, and y'all feelings is really gonna get hurt, like both of y'all, not just like one side or whatever. Now at the same time, they keep thinking that they are playing also like against me, which is weird. So I finally let her have it. Like, listen, shorty, you know, everything is not about you. What he does, I'm concerned about, as far as like his job, or, you know, him losing a job, getting a new job, or not getting a new job, not working two jobs, going behind on his rent or anything. Yeah, it concerns me because we're having a kid. When he's with me, we're not thinking about you. We don't even talk about you. Like, what do you think goes on? You know? And so it's crazy, sidebar, because even when like I'm not with my exes or my kids' fathers, when they talking to me, we still not talking about y'all. I mean, they might vent about you, but it's never like a talk about you. Like, you don't never think that they're talking to me for their own personal stuff, minus the ones that we have gotten to a point where we're talking about the kid and only the kid. Like, you don't, your mind don't go that far. You think that they call me and their whole conversation is about you and always about you. It's just like weird to me. Like, you know, they're gonna tell you what they want to tell you. You know, they're never gonna say like, I called her to see if she'll let me munch. You know that? I don't know, but it was just crazy. So yeah, I had to let her know that, and her feelings was hurt, and then she realized that she didn't want to deal with him. But then now he's mad because she's mad, and he's like, why would you tell her like that? And after that, we pretty much kept going through this merry-go-round of whether he's sneaking. No, I won't even say that. She knew he would be at my house. And she would call like 2 in the morning purposely, crazy stuff like that. you know, calling and bringing him back to back to back to back to back to back. My boy won't turn his ringer off, none of that. I'm like, listen, I'm gonna need you to stop doing this. This is rude. This is disrespectful. You know, whatever. And this is my point. And I really took this disrespect for a while until was it yesterday? Yesterday was it for me, you know? And so I said, okay, so it's clear. Like, she's never gonna leave you alone. I'm guessing you're never gonna leave her alone. Yeah, I gotta figure this out, you know, for myself or whatever. Baby wasn't born yet when this was even happening. So yeah, so then baby gets here. He did a great job. I will not lie, he did a great job. Labor and delivery, he did a great job, very supportive. Oh my God. Through every contraction, I had her naturally. He did a great job. Cut the umbilical cord. He didn't catch her like my other father, but he did a great job. Of course, it was the picture and it's the, you know, it was the picture and it's like my baby, you know. But you can't tell that to this girl because I guess he's been to like settle her feelings a little bit. I guess he's been making her think like it was a possibility that the baby wasn't his. Okay. Right? We're not gonna talk about the constant talking to my belly and rubbing my belly and daddy's baby and all of that stuff. We're not gonna talk about that, right? We're just gonna leave it like what he said. He wasn't the first. It's crazy. But you know, baby probably not mine or whatever. Okay, so she's like, all right, get the DNA. And she's so hopeful because of whatever he told her. And so we do DNA. And I was happy. We did DNA. I'm happy about the DNA. I'm not happy that he told him, duh. He knew he was the father, right? So, got the results back. Boom. How about even before the DNA, right? Because if you're really not sure that a baby is yours, you shouldn't sign that birth certificate. Birth certificate was already signed. Yeah, so we're going to leave that right where that's at. Okay, so birth certificate already signed, whatever. DNA, boom. His child, boom. We was home for like about a week. I had high blood pressure. Going through postpartum. Dang, Remy just keeps screaming. I have to tell her to stop. She probably won't even listen to me. Oh my God. Hold on. This girl crazy. Yeah, screaming kids. They just they in there with my aunt. They not by themselves. They just dang. Too hyper for Miss Rachel. But where was I at? Oh yeah, so we got home. I had high blood pressure. Wow, was the labor stressful? Something was stressful. Not the labor. I think it was after. Yeah, it was after. They had me stressed out. The way they had to keep checking her blood levels and stuff. Like I just, you know, you get stressed out. Like she just keeps screaming, that girl. She probably gonna take a nap. But yeah, they was irking my nerve now. I'm like, how many times you gonna poke my baby? Like, you keep poking her. Her foot is bruised. Both of them. Both of her foot was bruised. Her feet were bruised. And I'm like, I can't. Y'all doing too much, you know. Went through that. So that did it for me. Right. So came home and Ben told him how this was gonna go because this is his first child. So I'm like, you know, I'm gonna need your support. I'm gonna need your help with this. Blah 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 blah. Well, she called she must already told him, I'm not sure exactly when, that she needed him to be there with her child. Oh, I couldn't even believe one time he cried. So her child is not his child. Right? And I'm all for people claiming other people's kids, like because they've been there since they were like 3 or something like that. That's fine. At the end of the day, when there's a new baby, let's even say it was his kid, right? She's already now at this point been on this earth for like 11 years, right? Um, there's a new baby though. Don't you think you should give some time to the new baby? Like, it's weird. Like, you know, it's crazy. And so these women, because I done been through this, like, they just be on some, like, how you gonna, just stressing a man. How you gonna make time for your daughter over here and your daughter over there? And it's like, what? So I'm like, you take them together. Like, what are we talking about, right? So I wasn't always on some keep my daughter away from her thing. I didn't care. Plus, the way I grew up with my dad, I pretty much knew you would sneak her over there anyway. Like, I'm already hip to this part, okay? Like, I know you're going to sneak my child over there. Is it going to be disrespectful? Yeah. Is it something that you communicate? You should. But are you going to communicate it? You're not. And he has, right? He has when my daughter was a baby. And I'm just like, Lord, duh. What do I do to get through to you? I don't understand, you know? So when he should have been helping me, he leaves and out my house in the middle of the night, takes my key with him and goes to be with her daughter. So you leave me. I just had a baby. You leave your firstborn to go be with her daughter because why again? I don't know. Yeah, give me my key. Give me my key. So yes, I drove there 2 hours away or an hour and a half, something like that. And that fool said, you drove this far with your baby, not our baby, with your baby. And I was over it. I was over it. So at this point, I'm not even caring because you already showed you're going to jump through hoops for this girl. You're going to choose her over your own kid. It is what it is. Like, you know, whatever. Leave me alone. I got to finish school, which his mother helped me. Shout out to her. She helped me finish. She watched my baby for me while I was in class, and I would pick my daughter up or whatever, and that well appreciated, you know. So yeah, got that done. And then eventually he was like coming around. It was like off and on, very choppy. And then at some point I was like, yeah, I'm not doing this because we need to be on a schedule. And with him, he thinks he'll tell anybody, I got a problem with authority. I got a problem when people tell me what to do. It's not about telling you what to do. It's about, I know when I have her, you know when you have her. We're respectful of each other's time, space, you know, whatever. Like, I don't get it, you know? And so, I don't know. It was just plenty times his mother was just like, why he don't have her? Why is she not? You know, I'm like, I don't know. I guess he's over there. You know, where he would say, oh, I'm going to get her on this day. Even when the order, because I ended up taking him to court for custody and for joint custody, not full custody, for joint custody and for, and child support, because he felt he could work and don't have to give my daughter anything, which child support he never paid. Or wait, let me correct that. He made maybe one payment, maybe two. One. I don't remember getting 2 payments. One payment, and then he let it build up so much. I forgave the arrears one time, and then I had to do it again when I finally cut it off because they were looking to just arrest him, you know, and he wouldn't have been able, he would have had to pay $1,000 to get out. You don't have $1,000. So I was like, yeah, that don't make no sense because now at this point, he's already really in the groove of getting his daughter all the time. He does. Yes, he does. Get his daughter all the time. They have their own relationship. That was my only goal. That's always my goal. Have your own relationship with your child. That way I could be pretty much out of it. I don't have to be in it, and I don't have to worry about a female trying to control what you do with your child or not, or whatever. So we got that done. But fast forward, right? I try to be cool with her. Not cool. I don't really like that word. But I try to kind of like just accept the fact that she's just gonna be here, period. Right? So it was like my daughter's gonna turn 1, and I know he's gonna try to invite her, because they like to play this game, I said, right? I know he's gonna try to invite her, and she's going to pop up. They're gonna think they're catching me off guard, you know, whatever. We're not doing that. So I reached out to her or whatever, and I think this was after I kind of was feeling for her too, because there was a lot of times I was over there. I was over there, and I'm hearing them argue all the time. He put her on speaker. He's screaming at her, all kinds of stuff. Girl, bye. I've been there. Stop trying to do the safe face. She's one of those. It's a bunch of them. Always trying to save face. Like, oh, me and him are good. No, he was just cursing you out. What are you talking about? I was there. I heard him. Your whole conversation was about me. You mad if he posts about me. If he say, my baby mama better than yours, you mad. Oh, how do you think it makes me feel when you post things like that? Is she better than me? Is she all these things? What's wrong with you? What is wrong with you? You not confident in yourself or something that you gotta feel like that? And he was telling her, like, I don't know how you are as a baby mother. We don't have a kid together. Exactly. Because that does make a difference. And I don't know why people think it doesn't. He don't know how you are as a baby mother. Why you keep comparing me to you? Because now I'm kind of out the picture. I don't want him. Right? I don't want him. And you still mad. you still mad. Because you cannot believe that I'm just this cool as a, what y'all say, baby mother. I don't really like the term baby mama, but I understand, right? You can't believe it. You're like, what? She sending food over there for you, your grandmother. She doing it. She doing that. You could just get reminded when you want. You can't believe it. She think, what's the beef about? We don't have beef. When I have a kid, I'm focused on keeping the peace, you know, whatever. So I invite her to the party. She comes, her daughter. It was cool. They were mad. Because on my screensaver, I had me and this guy on there. Was we kissing? I don't know. But it was a cute picture. It's one of my favorite pictures. And he seen it because my phone was playing the music. And he seen it or whatever. And he was so... So he was expressing his feelings to her about my phone, my screensaver. And she was pissed because she like, why is he talking about this? But at the same time, she's trying to talk to me to figure out where me and the guy is going, you know, if we're going to be together or whatever. But she, not because she really concerned. She just want to make sure me and this guy, you know, don't end up back together. And I'm just like, I really don't. I'm not trying to spend that blunt. Like, you don't see what I'm going through with my child. I'm trying to be supportive of him. I'm wishing him the best. I hope he gets a job and keep it. I hope his priorities become straight, where he's not just always spending money on weed before your kid needs like a pamper or something. Like, you know what I mean? So, no, but I don't want him. I do not want him. Please. He cannot do anything for me. He never could do anything for me. That is your headache and your headache alone. You can have him. And that is something that she don't understand, I think. I don't know. Or she's delusional. So, yeah, that was crazy. But yeah, they had that fight. But I just like that I invited her. Like, I went up on you. Stop it. Okay. Now we get into another incident. But just before that, while I was talking to her at some point, because I realized, no, it's not that I realized. I just finally had to put a stop to it. I kind of got tired of it. Like, you're hitting me up because of him. You want to know where him and I stand. I'm kind of tired of it. My whole point is, even if it's not me, if he was to be with somebody else, if he was to marry somebody else, right? The way you're going, and you saying you would never leave him alone. You saying you never leave him alone, and I'm kind of getting her okay on it. And she's like, you know, seeing where she's standing, and she's like, I would never leave him alone. Like, we would never leave each other alone, is what she's saying. So I said, so you're okay with being a side chick? She didn't like that. It's called reality, because that's what you're saying. You don't mind being a side chick. They're so holier than thou, want to go to church every Sunday or whatever. You don't mind committing adultery. You got to know these things of what you're saying you don't mind doing. When somebody say it to you, you hear it in real life. The reality of what you're saying hits you. You don't like hearing it. I understand that. And that was the whole thing. And I'm also like, so he's allowed to have more children on you, which she didn't know. He was ready to give me another baby and not care about how you felt. See that? But I don't like men like that. I don't like the men that let me do something first, then because I'm in it, once this person find out, then they just got to deal with it. No, why can't you just make the decision? Why can't you just cut the person off without having to do all of that? I don't understand. And then you think you're going to use me to do it? You better stop. I better hurt both your feelings. Don't do that. And that's what she don't understand. Girl, I actually do care about you being hurt. Because I'm a firm believer. You hurt a woman so bad, she been whether try to commit suicide or she gonna try to come and kill me, my kids, you, everybody. Like, she gonna want to do something, especially messing with me. she gonna want to do something. Because I'm gonna take it to the extreme. I don't know. I don't have that in between. I either all the way in, all the way not. Like, I don't understand. You don't even know. I spared you a lot. A lot. Me not touching him, sleeping with him. For you. Like, for me, but for you. For you. Like, you wouldn't know how to handle that. You wouldn't know what to do with that. You don't even understand. Like, stop. Okay? So, relax. Now, he goes not answering her phone one day, and she's mad. She calls back to back. That thing is annoying. So he's at my house, and it's like, what was he doing? I think he was catching up on the show this time, right? I ain't even worrying about this man. He catching up on the show, whatever. It gets late. It is what it is, right? She's calling. I don't know that because the phone is not ringing, like the ringer, right? He's not answering, clearly. She shows up to my house. How did she get my address? My aunt died. She sent edible arrangements as her condolences and never forgot the address, clearly. I think a few times she probably did enough drive-bys or whatever, because she used to curse him out. She used to curse him out for seeing his own daughter. That's been since my daughter was born. We're gonna stop acting like that's not what it is. This situation is like crazy. But she came by over here. I posted the video before, not on YouTube, but she smashes windows or whatever, the front, the back, with an umbrella. After ringing my doorbell though, for like ever, it was so long, like a maniac. I asked her to stop. She still was doing it. She didn't care that his daughter was in here sleeping. And that's my point too, right? Like, how do you say somebody cared about your daughter? They didn't even care she was sleeping. Left, came back, slashed her tires. Left, came back. She kept leaving and coming back. This is 1, 2 in the morning, you guys. This didn't stop until like 4:30 in the morning, basically. Definitely called the cops. They told him to fill out a report or something online when they should have came out here. I was like, oh, this is not New York. Like, this is definitely not New York. Like, they would have asked for her license plate. They would have got to her, you know, whatever. But she came back so many times, and I definitely was tired of it. Like, stop coming back, so because you so disrespectful. Like you have been allowed to be disrespectful so bad, and I do believe that she only did it because I was pregnant. I believe that if I wasn't pregnant, she couldn't have done it. I'm not the biggest, baddest person. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. But I ain't no punk, baby. I ain't no punk. Like, baby, ain't no way. You know, like, ain't no way. Ain't no way. And so that last time she decided she was going to send her friend over, and I'm definitely making a long story short, that she decided she was going to send her friend to come and get her phone, and I already sent the message out to tell the friend not to come. He told the friend not to come. I told the baby father to tell her friend not to come, which she told her baby father that he asked her was she home. She said she was home. She wasn't. Left her kids in the house by themselves, brung her newborn baby out 4 in the morning to come to my house to get a phone, right? Not sure how smart that was, but whatever. So I had some water and some bleach ready for whoever. And she came to the door. She wasn't nice talking and none of that. She had her own attitude or whatever. She thought she ain't have to say, you know, she thought she didn't have to answer to me. And I'm like, yeah, that's not how that's gonna go. Like, y'all done disrespected already, and now you come into my house and you think you don't have to speak to me because you speaking to him. It's my house. That's not how that's gonna go. So yeah, I didn't know. He did mention that she had a gun, so I didn't know if she was going back to her car for a gun, because even when she pulled up, I was just like watching her movements, trying to study her movements. But when she's walking to the car, because she wasn't going like to the front, like getting her driver's seat and going, she was going like towards the back of the car or whatever. Yeah, I wasn't having it. I wasn't taking no chances. It was what it was, and I threw the water and the bleach on her, and they called the cops on me. So they called the cops on me. They ended up pressing charges every step of the way. Every plan they had, every when court came and whatever the DA told them that I was gonna get 21 days, they told him, he knew about everything. So he's clearly the op, clearly, right? They told him, of course he wasn't putting me on. He was just like saying dumb stuff. I'll keep her for 2 weeks or more. What? Why? You think I'm dumb? Like, why would you even tell me that? I definitely made sure to get my child. I definitely made sure to get my child. I definitely made sure that if I was going to get that time, he was not going to have my daughter. Like, are you dumb? Okay? Like, y'all stupid at this point. Because y'all playing. Y'all playing with my kid. Right? And so, that didn't happen, though. Right? They ended up giving me community service. The only thing about the whole situation I didn't like, especially with North Carolina being built on character, it's a misdemeanor charge. They found me guilty. Didn't care about the fact that they came to my house. Didn't care about the fact that she was warned not to come. Didn't care about it. It's just none of that, and it's stupid. I actually hate court. I hate the way court is. It's not really so much based on facts, common sense, or truth. It's more so based on who presents the case better type thing. And I hired a lawyer, I feel like, for no reason. We're not even going to talk about that, because with all the evidence that I gave him, it's kind of confusing. It is what it is, right? It's over. It's over. They put me on a year of unsupervised probation, and I just didn't like that job, right, the school system, they were like, oh, we're going to put you out the school system until you clear up the situation. So I would have to wait time to get it expunged off my record or whatever. And it's just crazy. So it's like it seemed like a setback, right? But I'm too spiritual and too deep for that. It's not a setback. All of this stuff happening is happening for a reason, you know? But it still don't take away the fact that y'all came messing with me. And now you're happy about this. And now you want to continue to do things to have him throw you in my... Why are you in my space? Why do you even want to be in my space? That's dumb. If he wanted to have you say happy birthday to my daughter, he should have did that on his own time when I wasn't around. And definitely not in my house. It's kind of confusing. Like, what? What are we doing? He is definitely the op. He definitely want to act like he don't know what's going on. And I definitely had to let him know we are all the way done. Meaning, we ain't even kikiing with each other. Because we used to be able to throw a joke here and there, send a reel here and there, or whatever. Even though some of his reels don't be, they not appropriate. They are inappropriate, sir. Okay? You will never, ever touch me again. Confused, especially as long as you touching her. Because y'all mad weird to me, too. I'm tired of the men that be like, I know she clean. I know what mine is doing. If you sleeping around, stop playing with me, please. Can we stop? Can we stop? You're sleeping around. Why you think she ain't doing her? Or didn't you say something stupid like, oh, well, she doing her, but I still know how she is. Okay, look. Okay. But just because you're going to keep yourself tied to this person alone, y'all good. Y'all can have each other. You don't ever not need to touch me ever again. Ever. Like, I'm fine. Stop drinking and getting in your feelings. Don't get that horny and think about me. Whatever you do. Please don't. Please don't, because I'm good. I don't even want to cross those lines because I want us to raise our kid. And that's my rule for all of them. I want to raise my kid without you getting in your feelings because of whatever. Or especially if you see me with somebody. I don't need none of that. I don't need that. Y'all got to stop. Keep it simple. He's mad. It is what it is. Because he can't come in my house. So we're going to have to do when he comes, I bring my daughter to the door. We don't have to speak. Take her. Take her. You don't need to come in my house. You don't need to be in my house. You don't need to. I'm never coming to your grandmother's house. I'm never coming anywhere. You know, like we don't have to do that. We'll never throw another birthday party together. You're not going to keep me in this circle. This is stupid. You can't respect none of my wishes. You respect every wish she got. That's crazy. Unfortunately, I have to deal with you. If we didn't have a baby together, you wouldn't even exist. OMG. If we didn't have a baby together, yeah, there's a lot of things that wouldn't even happen. Because, what? Yeah. So, no, I'm just telling him, like, enough is enough. Let her control you. She will not control me through you. She will not continue to be disrespectful through you. We're not doing that. You're not going to be disrespectful. You're not going to have your cake and eat it too. That too. Because you like this coolness that we have. You like that we're able to be cordial and everything is calm and whatever. I'm not stopping you from seeing your child. I'm cutting you off from me. So what are you mad at? You shouldn't even been mad. You should have said okay. And then from the response he gave, because this was text message, it didn't read how he normally texts. I'm like, wow, you're with her. She's responding. That's not the first time. Stop responding for him. It's weird. Like, and why are you mad? You should be happy. I think they got mad at the part where I said, my daughter's gonna know this story. Because she is. Because she is. Because ain't no way. You think you're gonna just keep raising my daughter around this woman and you think, what you think? My daughter's supposed to what? Fall in love with her and never know the truth? She's gonna know. She's gonna know. Y'all gonna stop playing. People's gonna stop playing with me. Yeah, because you being real retarded. And I don't understand. So yeah, that was that. That was that. That's him. That's his story. I probably am. Well, I don't know. Well, can I? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Might save it for another time. Might do another one. Who knows? Who knows? But yeah, but that's all for him. Because, listen, it's not about none of them. My stories, my decisions, my choices, my actions, they just happen to be a part of it. So it's going to get told. Simple. I don't regret none of my children. I wish I did a better job at picking their fathers. So, two are good. Two are good. Two, I'm good with two. I'm good with two. Three? No. No, no, and no. But I don't come between. My kids, they love you or whatever, so be it. That's your relationship. I don't want no parts. I'm not that mom. I am not that mother. So if I even have, like I'm telling you, they be dying to be a part of that. I got a bit of baby mama crew because I'm not that person. I am not that person. They could tell the truth. They could lie. They could whatever. People who know me know. People who have seen me in action, they've seen it. People who have seen me dealt with them, like, they have seen it. I have witnesses. Like, stop. I don't even have the energy to give into all of that. Like, I don't have the energy to go to court and be like, I don't want my daughter around this girl. And then have to have more energy to, like, catch him. Wait, I don't have the energy for that. But I tell you one thing I know. She's going to have all the energy in the world to keep up with me. As a lot of them. Y'all just watching and concerned and you're mad. Because when I really leave them all to y'all, when they have their emotions because they have zero access to me, zero, you get the part of them that you don't like because they're not happy. They're not happy with that. They don't be happy with that. When they have zero access, they don't know what my voice sound like no more. They don't know what. They don't know what I look like. That's a lie. And you gotta deal with that. And a lot of y'all have dealt with that. A lot of y'all, once I left the picture, and y'all became angry with me. Why are you angry with me? You got what you want. You want them all to yourself, right? The only person you can't cut out is the child. Yeah, you're gonna keep trying. You're gonna try. I know it. I seen it. You're gonna try. He'll be crazy as a father. Any one of them. This is not just to, because when I tell you, any one of them will be crazy to let you cut their kid out, not include their kid or whatever. Crazy. That's all they got left. Because Rose, Sha, Quasia, Rosalita, Roby, whatever, whatever, whatever name they choose. I'm crying, y'all. Whatever name they choose. I'm out. I'm glad I'm getting them out the way. Like, there's some people that their stories just never gonna come back up again. Like Baby Daddy 1 and Baby Daddy 4. Yeah, they never gonna come up again. Their girlfriends or ex-girlfriends, they're never gonna come up again because yeah, it's irrelevant at this point. Like, you're never gonna come up again. I mean, unless something crazy was to happen. I mean, but it would have to be like real crazy, like really, really crazy. Outside of that, they're never gonna come up again. When I talk about the third, after that, he's never gonna come up again. He's like I said, that's not a bad story. But it's a story. It's still a story. And that's that. Like, but they won't come up again. The fourth won't come up again. I think the ex-husband is just, it plays a huge part. Like, even when I go into, like, when I was working on myself and, you know, a lot of self-work I've had to do. A lot of self-evaluations, learning how to deal with my anxiety, you know, things of that nature. So, yeah, he will come up a lot. Like, a lot of my trauma was during those years, those 7, 8 years. You know what I mean? So it's different. My parents will come up a lot. More so my mom over my dad. And I didn't even spoke about that. I had to let them know that. Like, y'all gonna come up. You know? I'm trying not to do too much, but you can't tell us, you know, you can't tell your story without telling your story. It's just how I feel. And I'm real. I'm not fake. Like, I don't see no other way to be. I don't even like I said, I use this to be therapeutic. And I don't like people who go to therapy and fake therapy. You see? And like, even me saying that, like how people could go to therapy and fake therapy, boom, my ex-husband would come up again. Shoot, he faked therapy and like AA. He didn't even go to the AA meeting, but I'm crying. Yo, I even got to talk about another video because he was mad at that threesome. He was so mad about it. He tried to set up his own thing. I'm not sure how he thought I was gonna be a part of it with his main chick in the Bronx. I'm crying. I don't know how, but I gotta find that screenshot because I definitely got it. I believe I got it. I gotta find that screenshot because, baby, when she hit me up about it, he said, what? I said, that man crazy. And he lying because I would never. Let me get out of here. Let me get out of here for these kids make my heart crazy. Talk to you guys later.